Hello everybody and welcome back to Double Play. In this video I'm going to be ranking my top 30 starting center fielders in all of Major League Baseball. This is continuing a series that Jack and I have been doing, and we've been done all positions up to center field. We're almost done. Make sure you check out all of those rankings to see your favorite player. But without further ado, let's get this list started off with number 30. Let's get this video started off in the nation's capital with number 30. That's Victor Robles of the Washington Nationals. Now, Victor Robles only does one thing well. He's fast. That allows him to be good defensively with 6 outs above average last year and turn singles into doubles on some short hit balls. But other than that, he's not very good. 64, 68 WRC plus the last 2 years, 584 OPS, just doesn't hit for much power, and a 25.6 K rate. He is just simply not that good. Number 29 is Nick Senzel of the Cincinnati Reds. Senzel just doesn't do much offensively or defensively. 0 outs above average means he's about average on the defensive side, and offensively he had a 66 WRC plus last year. He just doesn't barrel the ball very much. He doesn't hit for much power. 18% K rate isn't horrible, but he doesn't provide much offside offensively or defensively. He's number 29. At number 28, we have Kansas City Royals center fielder. It's Drew Waters. He's only played 32 games in the major leagues, but he posted a 125 WRC plus in those games. He's the number 7 overall Royals prospect in a not so great system. He's a switch hitter who hits well from both sides in his 32 games, had an 803 slug, didn't play well defensively. His swing feels a little jerky to me. We'll see how he fares in the major leagues, and for now he's number 28. Number 27 is Milwaukee Brewers center fielder. That's Garrett Mitchell. Garrett Mitchell's only played 28 games in the major leagues, much like Drew Waters, only 32. In those 28 games, he had a 41.2 K rate. He's the Brewers' number 5 prospect. He's going to be one of the fastest players in the league. He's got a quick swing with the power coming from the lower half. He showed a little bit of power in his time in the major leagues, but he doesn't seem like he much uses his upper half very much. We'll see how he fares in the full season in the big leagues for the Brewers, and now he's number 27. Number 26 was a guy who I had a lot of faith in going into last season. That's Riley Green of the Detroit Tigers. He was the 5th overall pick in 2019, and I really thought last year he was going to be one of the better rookies. He struck out way too much in his rookie season. He's solid everywhere else around, just average at the plate, just average on defense. He's got some power in his swing. Jury's still out on him, now 26. Go straight down to Texas for number 25. That's Leody Taveras of the Texas Rangers. He's bounced around AAA in the majors the last few seasons, and he hasn't even been that great in AAA. He's a strong player who hits the ball hard sometimes. He strikes out a lot. Just been average last season in 99 games in the bigs with a 675 OPS and a 4 outs above average. I don't know if he's necessarily an MLB caliber player, but he'll get the chance to play a lot of games for the Rangers who lack a little bit of outfield depth. Jonathan Daza comes in at number 24. He hits for a good average, had a 301 batting average last year, but he just doesn't hit the ball very hard, doesn't hit for a lot of power, had a 733 OPS, which is solid. He hits for a lot of doubles. He chases a lot, but is able to cover the plate well and gets hits to all fields. Combine that with a 0 outs above average last season, and you're looking at a player who ranks number 24. Now we're getting into players that I would want on my team. Number 23 is Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks. In 32 games, he had a 130 WRC plus with an 830 OPS, 1 outs above average. He's the number 2 overall prospect. I don't know if he'll hit for much power in the bigs, but his speed allows him to hit for lots of doubles and triples, which will keep his OPS and WOBA high, even if he's not hitting bombs. For now, he's number 23. Number 22 is Cody Bellinger, now of the Chicago Cubs. This one is just very sad because I watch Cody Bellinger almost every game being a Dodgers fan, and I know exactly what he does wrong. He can't hit the high fastballs, and he chases pitches out of the zone just because his head bobs too much when he goes to load. He hammers low fastballs, and that's about it. He just doesn't hit the ball often very much. Still great on defense. He had a 6 outs above average, but an 83 WRC plus and a 654 OPS just aren't good at the plate anymore. It's just tragic. He's number 22. Shout out to the defending National League champs for number 21. It's Brandon Marsh of the Philadelphia Phillies. Marsh is just a slightly below average MLB player with any metric you want to use. An 89 WRC plus last year with a 0 outs above average puts him just around average to below average. 679 OPS is okay. He chases and strikes out a lot. He's able to hit to all fields. He's a solid player, just a little bit below average in metrics. He's number 21. Starting off the top 20 is Miles Straw of the Cleveland Guardians. Now, we know what everyone's going to say. He won the Gold Glove last season, right? That should be enough to put him higher. But these next 3 guys, I had to rank them together. They all have the same outs above average, while just being a little bit different in terms of offensive production. Miles Straw was the worst of the 3 with a 64 WRC plus last season and a 97 the year before. He He had a 564 OPS. He did not hit a single home run in the season. And like I said, 13 outs above average is great, enough to win a Gold Glove, but not enough to put him any higher on this list. Head down to Florida for number 19. It's Jose Siri of the Tampa Bay Rays. He had a 75 WRC plus last season compared to Miles Straw's 64. And like I said, he had the same outs above average at 13. Siri hits the ball hard, and he has such a smooth swing. It almost looks like he's not even swinging. He has his body so under control. 607 OPS is solid. He hits for a little bit of power, but he's number 19. Back out to the West Coast for number 18. It's Trent Grisham of the San Diego Padres. He's another guy who has a 13 outs above average, and his WRC plus is an 83 compared to Siri's 75, compared to Straw's 64. He's just the best offensively among these three, so he gets the 18th ranked spot. He's a big swing and miss strikeout guy. He's fast and solid defensively. Like I said, 13 outs above average. He hits for the most power and is the best offensively of these three. He's number 18. Number 17 is new Boston Red Sox center fielder Adam Duvall. Duvall had a down year in a season that was plagued by injury a little bit. He had just an 87 WRC plus. His offense will probably bounce back, being in Fenway Park. His swing is flat and tailored to high pitches in the zone that he just crushes. That will probably lead to a lot of home runs over the monster. However, he does struggle with low pitches a bit. He might have holes for pitchers to find this season. He had 3 outs of average. He's solid in center field, a 677 OPS. He's a solid player, number 17. Let's head on out to Canada for number 16. It's Kevin Kiermaier of the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, if you're looking for George Springer on this list, you're not going to find him. He's going to be ranked with our right fielders that Jack is going to put out early next week, so stay tuned for that if you're looking for George Springer. For now, Kevin Kiermaier looks to be the starting center fielder, and he's about an average hitter who is a great glove out in center field. In less than 100 games last season, he had a 90 WRC plus. He had a 101 WRC plus the season before, and an 11 outs above average in 2021, only 1 in 2022, but he's a solid defender out in center field that will be great for the Blue Jays and kind of provide with them a left-handed bat while also being a great glove out in the outfield. He's number 16. Now, number 15 is a guy who is very hard to rank. It's Trace Thompson for the Los Angeles Dodgers. In 80 games last season, he put up a 142 WRC plus with an 860 OPS, which are both some of the highest in Major League Baseball if you put that up over a full season. But that's the problem. It wasn't over a full season. He went crazy in his platoon role, and he'll get his chance to prove it now, being the everyday center fielder for the Dodgers. He hits the ball hard, and he's fast enough to man center, although he doesn't have a great arm. He had a 2 outs above average in center field last season, although he only played 18 seasons. So you figured there might be a little bit of a learning curve from there, but for now, Trace Thompson, number 15. Well, San Francisco Giants center fielder Mike Yastrzemski comes in at number 14. Last season, he had a 99 WRC plus and a 105 WRC plus the season before, a 697 OPS. He's a guy who strikes out a lot. He's able to hit to all fields and hit for a little bit of power. He just doesn't swing a lot in general, so he Ks a lot looking, but he also walks a lot, so he gets on base, keeping that OPS high. Defensively, he's solid. He had a 4 outs above average. Mike Yastrzemski, he's a solid center fielder for the Giants. He's number 14. We're going to keep it in the Bay Area for number 13. It's Ramon Laureano of the Oakland A's. Laureano has struggled to stay on the field the last 2 seasons. He had a 96 WRC plus and a 113 the year before. However, never playing over 100 games. A 663 OPS is kind of less than I was expecting for Laureano. And he also isn't that great defensively. He had a negative 3 outs above average. He's a big swing and miss strikeout kind of guy, but who barrels the ball still. He suffers a little bit from being in a bad Oakland A's lineup, and I won't be surprised if he's traded sometime soon. But for now, Ramon Laureano of the Oakland A's comes in at number 13. Coming in at number 12, we have Dylan Carlson of the St. Louis Cardinals, who was exactly a league average hitter last season. He had a 100 WRC plus. He was better the year before with a 113 WRC plus in 2021. A 696 OPS is solid, and a 3 outs above average is also great at the position. He's a solid center fielder for the Cardinals and a good kind of bat towards the middle end of that lineup. He's number 12. At number 11, we have Harrison Bader of the New York Yankees. Bader is so good defensively. He had a 7 outs above average, only an 86 WRC plus in not too many games last season, although he did have a 110 WRC plus the year before. He's shown he can play well offensively and definitely proven that he's a great defender. He just misses out in the top 10. Harrison Bader is number 11. The top 10 going with new center fielder and a new MLB The Show cover athlete, Jazz Chisholm of the Miami Marlins. In a shortened season last year for him, he had a 139 WRC plus, on his way to an all-star season at an 860 OPS. He had such a great first half. He's still a little unproven, and making the move to center field, we're not sure how he's going to look out there. He's got the speed to cover ground out there, but I don't know if his arm will hold up enough. I think his swing will be able to put up those offensive numbers, and he'll be a star at the plate that we saw in the first half of last season. Jazz Chisholm, number 10. Mine is Houston Astros center fielder Chas McCormick. I think Chas is more productive offensively than he gets credit for. He had a 114 WRC plus last season and a 739 OPS. He had a 5 outs above average as well, so he's very solid at the position. On the offensive side, just look at these videos I'm showing up on the screen. His swing is Jose Altuve. He hits homers only oppo, kind of like how Altuve does, although Altuve can pull the ball. But his swing just looks so similar. Chas McCormick is a great player all around. He's number 9. Head out to Baltimore for number 8. It's Cedric Mullins of the Baltimore Orioles. His 2022 comparative to his 2021 was just very down, although it's probably back to what he's normally going to be like for the rest of his career. His WRC plus dropped 30 points from a 136 to a 106 WRC plus, and in 2021 he had 30 home runs, while in 2022 he only hit for 16, despite playing basically the same number of games. His batting average also dipped 40 plus points, which even though batting average isn't too important, 40 points isn't something to ignore. An 8 outs above average is very solid at the position, putting him in the top range of players in center field. He's number 8, Cedric Mullins. The number 7 center fielder resides in the Windy City. It's Luis Robert of the Chicago White Sox. This guy has the talent to win an MVP. He hits the ball as hard as anyone and just hits these mammoth home runs that you love to see. He just hasn't put it all together yet. In less than 100 games the last 2 seasons, he had a 111 and 155 WRC plus and a 745 OPS last season. He's only solid defensively with a 2 outs above average, although he's able to hold his own and is good at the position. Luis Robert, I want to see him ranked so much higher, and I think he will be, but I just can't for now. He's number 7. Number 6 is a guy who has the talent to be much higher. It's Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. He's just a better defending and faster Luis Robert, and he just hammers the ball but strikes out just way too much. He's another guy who has the talent to win MVP. He had a 136 and 171 WRC plus the last 2 seasons, although he didn't play more than 100 games in either of the 2 seasons. He hammers the ball for an 832 OPS, and defensively in center field, he had an 8 outs above average. The Twins getting Michael A. Taylor will allow Buxton to play a little bit more DH and hopefully keep him healthy for a full season, because we haven't seen a full season from him since I think it was 2018 or 2017. He's just got so much talent and so much potential. I need him for my fantasy team. Number 6, Byron Buxton. Starting off the top 5 is Brian Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had a down 2022 compared to his 2021, but it was still a great year with an 806 OPS and a 125 WRC plus. He hits for power for both sides and is able to put up great numbers offensively. However, he is atrocious out in center field. He had a negative 7 outs above average, which kind of holds him back from being much higher on this list. Brian Reynolds, he's been a great player for the Pirates and might soon get traded. He's looking for one. He's number 5. Number 4 is Michael Harris of the Atlanta Braves. He was Rookie of the Year last season in the National League. He had a 136 WRC plus and hit for a lot of power. The only thing he really struggled with was his high K rate. He chased a lot in his rookie year, but that could probably be attributed to him being a rookie, and I believe he can figure that out, maybe not chase as much in the next year or 2. Also, great defensively, 7 outs above average. He was a great player for the Braves this season and earned his Rookie of the Year over his teammate Spencer Strider. He's number 4 on this list. Let's keep it in the NL East for number 3. It's Brandon Nimmo of the New York Mets. Last season, he had a 134 WRC plus and an 800 OPS. He's a high walk guy with a decent power and great defensively with a 6 outs above average. He's a great player for the Mets who just got paid, maybe a little underpay in my opinion. However, he is number 3. Number 2 is the American League Rookie of the Year. That's Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners. Like Michael Harris, he struck out a lot in his rookie season, although that can also decrease. He hits the ball so hard and is so fast out to defensively man the position to a 6 outs above average, and on the offensive side, he had a 146 WRC plus, which is enough to even be maybe in the MVP conversation if it weren't for great seasons from Shohei and Aaron Judge. He had an 854 OPS, and he's just such a good electric, fun player to watch. I think he's a future MVP. For now, he's number 2. And the best center fielder in baseball is still Mike Trout. His numbers last season rivaled Aaron Judge's numbers if he put up an entire season. In 112 games, he had a 176 WRC plus and 40 bombs, which is 58 over 162 if he played the entire season. He's still a top 2 player in all of baseball. Like I said, a 176 WRC plus last season, a 999 OPS, which with a 3 outs above average, he's still one of the best players in all of baseball and is the best center fielder. That's it from our center field rankings. If you like what you saw, make sure you like and subscribe. It'd really help out the page. And make sure you leave a comment. Let us know which player should have been higher and which player should have been lower on this list. Make sure you stick around and subscribe for our right field rankings, which will almost complete this series, coming early next week. But for now, I've been Ryan from Double Play. Thank you guys for watching.